Welcome back. Well, our routines have changed drastically in some ways over the past few months. One area of your life that needs to stay on track for you and your family is your health care. Join us this morning is Dr. Kara Willoughby with Spectrum Health Medical Group Pediatrics, who wants us to know that it is safe to come to those appointments. Good morning. Thanks for joining us.
Good morning. Thank you so much for having me.
Our pleasure. So what is Spectrum Health Medical Practices doing to really ensure that they are ready for those patients to come in and be cared for safely?
So we're doing everything we can to make sure the practice is a safe place for you to be with yourself and your children. We are doing extra cleaning of the entire practice, but also all high touch areas. Anyone that enters the building is screened for illness and recent travel. Everyone that enters is given a mask and also asked to sanitize their hands. And we are also limiting the amount of people in the building at one time and the amount of visitors that people are allowed to bring with them. Our providers also have all the necessary PPE that we need to see everyone safely. And we also have signage throughout the office to ensure that everyone is maintaining safe 6 feet of social distance.
And as a pediatrician, what is it that you want your patients to know about COVID-19?
I think what I want them to know the most is that there still is a lot that we don't know and that we just have to take all the precautions that we can to keep ourselves safe. So there's a lot in the media about how it affects children, how children transmit the illness, and I think there's just so much that we don't know. And so the important things are that you're washing your hands, you're keeping that social distance, and you're wearing a mask if age appropriate.
And why do kids and teens need to stay up on their vaccines?
So while coronavirus is what we hear about, there are so many other vaccine preventable illnesses that we do see and are real threats. So chickenpox, it is out there, we see it. Measles, there was an outbreak just last year, and whooping cough is one that we see all the time and can really affect young babies, and it is vaccine preventable, but it is out there and it is real. So while coronavirus is what we hear the most about right now, we can't forget about these other illnesses that we need to protect ourselves from.
And how about these physicals? You know, as adults, we're supposed to go once a year. A lot of kids go when they're going to play sports, but even kids who don't play sports and teens who don't play sports, how important are those physicals?
So they are debatably the most important thing that we do as pediatricians would be the yearly wellness visit. And in children less than 3 years old, we actually see them even more often. We run through growth, we run through development, make sure that they're meeting their developmental milestones. Safety is the biggest part of what we do to keep kids safe. Most of pediatrics is prevention, so we need to see these kids to talk about water safety, about diet and exercise recommendations, and just make sure that we're keeping track of those things. And also managing their chronic illnesses too. Just because coronavirus is here doesn't mean that there's not asthma, eczema, other chronic diseases that we need to make sure that we're keeping up on and managing.
And I'm hearing that you guys actually have launched a curbside vaccination program. Tell me a little bit more about that.
So this is something we're really excited about. So it really helps with the social distancing and limiting exposures. And so how this works is you call the office to schedule a curbside visit. You pull up into a designated parking space and call the number that is posted there. And then the whole registration process is done over the phone. And then a member of our clinical staff will come out to the car to meet you. You get the immunizations that you have discussed that are needed, and then you drive away. And it really is, one person that comes out to the car, you stay in your car for the whole visit. And it's something that we're really excited about and really hoping that our patients are excited about too.
And to kind of wrap everything up today, what other advice would you give to parents with children these days?
So I think we just have to be mindful that this is new for everyone, and it's scary for everyone. And so I think mental health is something that a lot of people are really forgetting about or pushing aside, and it's something that really we need to pay attention to. And then that's just have grace with people, make sure you're washing your hands, always wearing your mask, just protecting yourself in the most ways that you can.
All right, we thank you so much for your time this morning. Spectrum Health Medical Group Pediatrics is located at 1545 68th Street Southeast. That's in Grand Rapids. For more information or to schedule that appointment, simply go to spectrumhealth.org/grpeds.